5 states, 2.5 days, 1 fish. My goal is to catch at least 1 northern snakehead from each of the 5 main states that these incredible creatures call home: Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Each state will be dedicated a half day to fish. The areas these snakehead can live in vary in many ways, along with their behavior, and those are some of the many reasons I love targeting them. So let's hop on the kayak for the next 2.5 days, explore some shallow water tributaries and swamps, and see if I can complete this 5-state snakehead challenge.
Oh my god, he crushed it. That's a giant, dude.
Oh man, that's lovely. Ooh, is that a fry ball? I lost my stakeout pole.
So it begins, the 5-state snakehead challenge. I am starting in my home state of Maryland, and I got pretty soaked this morning. On the pedal out here, we're just after sunrise, but it's windy, and we're pretty protected right now, so hopefully we can stay protected through most of these spots that we're hitting, because definitely got some more wind coming, but I'm stoked. We're starting in Maryland, like I said, the home of the giants. Hoping to find a giant today, but ultimately the mission and the goal is just to catch a snakehead in each state, and we're in Maryland in the morning right now, hitting another state in the afternoon, so let's find some snakehead. Alrighty, I've got one of the usual culprits for me tied on, the high octane frogzilla, and got a pretty low tide right now, so we're just gonna start off working the shoreline, hitting the reeds, hitting the arrowheads, and seeing if we can spot any fish or have any takers that we don't see. We have an incoming tide, so those fish are most likely just gonna fish, or just gonna push further and further back in the cover. So hopefully we can have some action soon, because I'm thinking it's gonna get slightly tougher as the morning goes on, but we're gonna do our best. Oh, one just gulped air right there. Did you guys see that? That was definitely a snake. Oh, he's on it. Fluke in there. Don't know if it saw me or not. Definitely a snake. Got there, way out in the middle out there. Couldn't commit though. Couldn't commit on the frog. He ate it. He definitely ate it. Barely took it though. I didn't even see any bubbles. It's really weird. Usually always see bubbles when snakes eat subsurface. Darn it. Something just moved right on this corner right here. Oh, it looks like a snake. Small one. Yeah, I think it was a small snake. I could barely see in the water. It's a little stained up and the sun isn't all the way up yet. It's kind of tough to see in the water right now. Oh, I landed on a fish right there. Landed on a fish. That's the first fish we've seen for quite a while. This water is getting more and more churned up as that tide is pulling in, unfortunately.
So it's making sight fishing very difficult, but we still have got a lot of time and a lot of water to cover here. Although it has been a grind so far for sure. Got him. Got him. Good fish. Good fish. Good fish. Yes, sir. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. Good fish, guys. And it popped out just like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, it has been a grind, guys. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, it has been a grind. This water is so much dirtier than I was expecting. And that is a tank. That's like an 8-pound fish around there. Look at that beautiful fish. I'll get the other camera out and show you guys, but we are finally on the board for Maryland. It is dirty as heck. And switch to the chatterbait. That was probably my 5th cast with it, so heck yeah. High octane chatter, baby. This isn't a giant, but it is a nice fish. It is 8.5 pounds. So definitely a tank. Definitely a great fish to start the trip off with, baby. Look at that beautiful pattern. Absolutely just gorgeous. Like I said, it has been a total grind. I think this muddy water is really changed up things for me. In my initial plan, the wind was not supposed to be blowing this strong in the morning. That's why I came here in the morning. I thought it was coming in the afternoon, and the wind is just blowing all that silt, all that mud into this creek. And it is, I mean, there's like 8 inches of visibility, if that, when there's normally like 2 at least. Pretty clear water in here, so I have a feeling that kind of is messing with these fish a little bit, and why topwater hasn't been as successful as it usually is. But we're on the board. That is a beauty, guys. So once again, came on the high octane chatter with razor minnow trailer in the electric green pumpkin color. And I love that color, especially for dark water like this. It took me a while to finally switch up my tactics because I'm pretty stubborn, but glad I did. It paid off. Alright, well, we're gonna get her released. Unfortunately, messed up her jaw a little bit. Always hate it when that happens, but can't do nothing about it sometimes. These are boga grips, which are best for not letting that happen because they rotate. But unfortunately we jacked it up a little bit, but nothing too crazy. She'll be fine. But alright, honey, thank you for the fun. Thank you for being my Maryland start. So it seems like the water has cleaned up a tad since it started going out and some of that silt has settled. Now that water has stopped rushing in, and the wind has calmed down a little bit. It's definitely cleaned up a tad, and we got a good sight fishing sun out right now. So we're about to call it here soon, but I do want to hit a little more stretch of banks, see if we can sight fish any on topwater or the fluke or anything like that. So I'm just gonna cast. Whoa, something moving back there. Something moving back there. It didn't look like a carp movement. Right in that next pile of broken down reeds. It looks like a quick snakehead movement for sure. Not seeing anything else moving around in here though. Just hoping to get one sight fished. I already got my one from Maryland, but there's a potential for a giant, and we got some semi-decent sight fishing conditions as long as any fish are pulled out of all the thick stuff with this high tide, so we'll see. Ooh, there's one right next to me. Little one. Oh, it saw me. You guys see him right there? That's what we're looking for. Cruisers like that. Oh, there's one up there. He might see me though. He's like turned right at me. Damn it! Oh, That couldn't have landed in a worse spot. Oh, well, that's 2 fish right there, so that's good. That sun has come out and that water has cleaned up a little bit, which is definitely helping me spot fish like that. So that's two shots kinda right back to back blown, but that first one I couldn't do anything about. It was a small one anyway, but that second one, it's just an unfortunate landing there. It's a tough cast getting in all that stuff. Oh my gosh. Whoa. That fish might have just followed it. Something's moving right there.
Got him, got him. Oh yeah. Oh my God, he crushed it. That's a giant, dude. That's a giant. Giant. Yes, sir.
Whoa, my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Woo, buddy. That woke me up.
Oh yeah.
That's a 10-pounder. That's a 10-pounder all day, I'm thinking. Oh, yes. Yes, dude. I knew we could get one on the frog. As soon as I saw that sun starting to come out, we started seeing more fish popping their heads out, moving around. Oh, that feels awesome. That feels heckin' awesome. And I didn't even notice. I didn't see that little twig moving or that arrowhead moving until I was already, like, I had let go of the cast and it was already on its way there. That just happened to be right where he's sitting. Yes, dude. All right, let's get you on grips. Probably gonna freak out again, aren't you? I feel you're all tensed up. I just don't know where all those hooks are. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, dude. This one is not happy at all with me, that is for sure. All right, let's see what you weigh. Oh, just under 10, 9.5. Well, it's like, yeah, like 9.5, 9 3/4. Beautiful fish. Let's get that hook out. There we go. Tailhead Lures Bladed Model D did the trick. That fish crushed it right away. All right, let me pull up this tank to give you guys a better look. This fish is not gonna be happy. It's just freaking out. All right. There we go. There we go, man. Just under 10 pounds. Brute of a fish, right? Yep, 9.5. And just a beautiful, beautiful tank that luckily decided to eat some topwater. So I'm stoked about that. I was being so stubborn with topwater earlier, so we finally got a topwater fish. And we basically sight fished him, even though we saw him moving after the cast. But I think we're gonna end it on a good note there, even though this bite is definitely starting to turn on. The water's starting to clean up. The fish are starting to actually get active. I mean, this is the 3rd or 4th fish that I've seen in the past 15 minutes. I wanna stay here the rest of this outgoing tide, but we gotta get to Delaware. I don't wanna screw myself with spending too much time here, even though there are some big fish like this and some much bigger. But it was fun here, fun grinding. Glad it paid off, glad we got our topwater fish, and I'll see you guys in Delaware. Okay, we've made our way from the Chesapeake Bay over to the Delaware Bay. Delaware Bay and River connect Delaware, Jersey, Pennsylvania, all 3 of them. So we'll be fishing around here today and tomorrow. But just Delaware today. And yeah, it's very different here.
A lot of duckweed everywhere. Similar vegetation, but a lot more submerged and different types of submerged vegetation. And I'm looking forward to it. We got probably 4 or 5 hours till dark. I spent a lot of time in Maryland earlier, and just the pedal there and everything. It's pretty dang long. But we're out here now. Let's see if we can get state number 2 and stick a Delaware fish.
All right, so I'm thinking my plan of action, at first at least, is to fish just the entire windblown side. And I know that sounds weird, but with snakehead, if there's duckweed around, all that mossy looking stuff on the surface, that is just a magnet for them. They love that top cover where they can basically sit anywhere and feel protected. And it's also really easy to fish. Unlike grass or pads or something where you have to bounce around at duckweed, you can just fish right over top of it and they can eat it through the duckweed. But they love the duckweed, and the reason why I say windblown side is because the duckweed just floats to the surface. So when the wind is blowing one direction, all that duckweed just gets pushed that way. And while I don't love wind, luckily it's calmed down quite a bit. This morning it was pretty crazy. That was a great cast. This morning was pretty crazy, even though I was protected. It was blowing all that dirty water in, but luckily it's calmed down a decent amount, and we're just gonna take it slow, try to pick this place apart, and like I said, start off focusing on the duckweed. Oh my gosh, that was a snake. That looks like a big one too. That was crazy. Don't know why I did that. Oh my gosh. The fish just popped right on my line. What the heck? And I just saw something come up for air right there. It might be that same fish. That was so weird. It looks like it popped on my line. Yeah. See him take that sip of air right there? 1000% a snake. Just not sure what it's doing. It's acting really strange. Oh. That fish followed it.
There we go. There. Oh.
And he came off. Dang, I think that was a solid fish too. Don't think there was anything we could have done about that. We waited for the hook set, gave it, jammed him pretty good. He just got some good head shakes in and won. But well, that's good. We got an eat. We haven't been here too long. This is the Scum Trophy Series popping frog. Definitely like it a lot. I haven't used it for a while, but it's a good good smaller presentation frog that makes a large commotion, that's for sure, if you want it to. Oh man, that's lovely. Well, it's gonna take 10 minutes to clean up. Whoa, big fish right next to me. It might be a bowfin actually. Where'd it go? Big fish. It was cruising over that way. It was probably a bowfin because it did not care at all that I was here. And I feel like bowfin are kind of like that. They're way more chilled out than snakehead are with just spookiness. I feel like if that was a snake, as soon as I moved, he would have shot off. Yeah, it's a bowfin. Oh, it like barely took it down for a second.
Oh my gosh!
There we go. Look at that little baby. Look at that itty bitty snake. Wow. I can't believe it was actually able to eat the thing. There's our Delaware snakehead. Look at that tiny little fish, dude. That's crazy. Popped it, and I went to pop it again, and then I felt tension, and I probably ended up setting the hook right there and didn't even realize it. Then I actually set the hook, and this little cute, pretty fella went flying. But, alright, well, we got a Delaware snakehead, but we're definitely gonna try to upgrade this puppy here. Time to let you back. Lots of bait moving around up here. There's bait flicking in this whole pod, or this whole section.
Oh, missed him.
He waked on it. Don't know if he's still there. He waked on it and kind of slurped it, honestly. It wasn't the most aggressive take. Don't know how big that fish was. Didn't see it, just saw his wake. He looked medium, I guess. Well, I just spooked like a bazillion fish, so I'm just gonna stake out here. I am not far from spooked another one. Dang it. I gotta be quieter. Spooked all these fish not far from where I missed that last one. So between all of this like kind of small grass, I guess these are maybe baby arrowheads, and the same type of deal behind me, all this fish were in there, so I'm thinking there are more in the surrounding areas that I wasn't in range to spook. Oh, you missed it. Oh, did he spook? Why did you spook? Oh, he missed it. It's behind it. It's a good one. Oh my gosh. How did that miss, dude? I don't get that.
Alrighty everyone, well, we are calling it for Delaware. Unfortunately, we couldn't capitalize after that small fish and get an upgrade, but we had lots of action. They were just missing it. I was missing it. And it was just one of those days, you know. Sometimes you're just not getting good eats and you're not getting good hook penetration. But it is what it is. We got our mission complete so far. We got 2 out of 2 states, Maryland and Delaware. So stoked about that. Stoked we could get on some big fish in Maryland earlier. But yeah, just a grind today, long day, and I would keep fishing for the next 30 minutes or so, but we got a long day ahead of us tomorrow with another 2 states to knock out. So tomorrow I'll be fishing Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Not 100% sure which one I'm going to start with, but it'll most likely be PA. And it's going to be another windy day tomorrow. Luckily it calmed down here in the afternoon, but it's looking, they're calling for a lot of wind tomorrow. So hopefully in the morning in PA, not a lot of wind comes because it's very unprotected, but New Jersey, we should be pretty good with. But I'll see you guys in the morning.
Oh, he missed it. He missed it again. Eat it. Oh!